AITA for changing the spelling of my name and telling my parents to get over it? My parents named me Emily, but instead of spelling it Emily, they spelled it Emily because they wanted me to have options for my name. So I could be Emmy, Lee, etc. The spelling has caused so many problems for me. People will forget themselves and spell my name Emily and then realize it's not how mine is spelled. I had teachers in grade school think I was being funny trying to spell my name Emily. So some teachers let me write Emily on schoolwork and even some tests, and we'd say nothing. They knew it was a PITA for me. My friends all write Emily if they refer to me, and I always knew I would change it. I did about 4 months ago when I turned 18, and my parents only realized when I started getting stuff addressed to Emily Jones instead of Emily Jones. My parents started saying I should call and yell at the people who spelled my name wrong, and I told them it wasn't wrong. I had changed it. I never told them I was doing it because I knew they wouldn't like it. And I was right. They went on and on about how the spelling they gave me was the better choice and wasn't as bad as I always made out. I told them I kept the name. It's just spelled the correct way and the way people will actually remember it. They complained some more, and I told them to get over it because they don't have to live with people questioning their capability of spelling their own name, and such an easy name at that. AITA?
NTI.
NTA. They wanted me to have options for my name. I find it interesting they wanted you to have options, but also they feel they have a say in the option you chose. They sold themselves as being open to change, open for you to make your own choices and have the option to make your name what you wanted. But now you've done that, and now they are angry, because it wasn't about you having options. It was about them trying to show they had quirky, individual tastes. AITA. My name is one of those names. Can't be spelled or said correctly usually. Can never find anything with my name on it. That's why I gave my kids simple, classic, common names. They can always come up with a nickname for something unique if they want, but at least they aren't starting off life with frustration. NTA. Parents think they are being so smart with the original names they come up with, as if incomprehensible names because of the spelling is a trend. You are right. They don't have to live with their poor choices. You do. I have a very common name in my country, but it can be spelled in 3 usual different names and most will write it wrong. I always have to spell and be annoyed. So I go by the shorter version of the name. Only one spelling. I can only imagine how annoying it is to have a common name that most people won't pronounce as it should, just because the original spelling makes it impossible to figure out how it is pronounced. Side thought. I also hate it when parents give their child a name without understanding the consequences when you go abroad. I mean, who in their right mind would call their daughter Vanity? Really hate Heavenly or Heavenly as well. What is up with names nowadays? Exclamation mark. They spelled it Emily because they wanted me to have options for my name. NTA. They wanted you to have options. Your chosen option is Emily. My son legally changed his name to something completely different than what I named him. You know what I call him? His new name. Your parents need to love and respect you. You made a smart decision for you. The only thing you might have done is give them some warning, so they didn't find out in with the mail. My husband and I actually went to my son's court date, so we could support him in his name change. NTA. Only someone with an unusually spelled name can relate. Mine is not as different as yours. But you constantly have to spell your name to doctors, utility companies, banks, etc. That is not to mention the variety of comments about the spelling. Your parents must hate you. Where are you from? Is that the foreign spelling? Good for you for doing what will make your life easier. NTA. For some reason, my parents chose to name all their sons simple names. Think James, David, Robert, John, etc., and chose to name all their daughters complex names. Think Angelique, Genevieve, Bernadette, Guinevere, etc., and to this day, my sisters are tormented by people spelling their names wrong. Nobody has ever asked me or any of my brothers how to spell our names. Literally every person that has to spell the name of one of my sisters has to ask, "How do you spell that?" It's annoying as hell. And they all have the normal spelling for their names. I can't imagine how bad it would be if Bernadette had to spell her name Bernadette. NTA. In the end, your parents wanted to give you a name that left them feeling special, rather than considering your future. I'm sure many people have criticized them over the course of your life. And now that you're a part of that criticism, they're just feeling bad because they can no longer justify their decision. NTA. You've lived with the spelling long enough that you know what a pain it was and you made a decision. For your sanity. NTA. This is completely your choice. No offense, but they gave you a dumb name just to try and be unique. It's caused you issues and you stress about it. You have every right to change your name. NTA. They wanted the name to give you a choice. It did. You chose Emily. The number of posts on here about parents throwing a fit about a child choosing to use a different name is extremely disconcerting. For any parents, future parents and kids who are being manipulated by their parents, no one has the right to tell you what to call yourself and which name to use. Not when it comes to nicknames. Not when it comes to shortenings and alternative spellings. Not when it comes to trans changes. Not when it comes to anything else. You'll be much better off if you start thinking of the name you give a child at birth as an option for them rather than an obligation, your God-given right. Of course NTA, but I'm very sad this type of controlling parent post props up again and again. NTA. When I started reading, I thought you had been seeing a numerologist to have your name spelled in a weird way in order to somehow appease the fates awaiting you. And then it is really the other way round. Except for the numerologist who wasn't in the picture. Your parents' way of spelling your name is just weird. It has no future. Good on you for changing it. They will get over it. After all, you didn't change your name to Adolf. NTA. I hate creative spelling. And I always felt so badly for kids whose parents did that to them when I was a teacher. And your parents' argument makes no sense. You've chosen the name you want to be called. So you no longer have the need for options. They gave you a normal name with a tragedy spelling for options regarding nicknames. You took their options and picked one. NTA. I had teachers in grade school think I was being funny trying to spell my name Emily. Why would the teachers think that? Surely they had your name down in their records so they knew it was how it was really spelled. Why would your parents care so much about the spelling at this point? NTA. Your parents need to get over it. It isn't their name. NTA. I hate that parents, to be original, make the life of their child difficult. It is so frustrating when people keep making mistakes and have an hesitation when they try to say it. Your parents will get over it. It's you life. Our Tragedy is literally a subreddit dedicated to making fun of names like the one you parents gave you. NTA. NTA. Let your parents live a lifetime with a weirdly spelled name. Then they can let you know how that was for them.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. AmITheAsshole is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.